Oh, we're on the internet right now.
Peter. Oh, hello, internet.
I clicked the button. It didn't give me any sort of like you're about to go online. It was just like fucking you're on the internet.
We're there.
It's
Welcome.
happening. Yeah.
Fuck it.
I'm gonna
Here's
say
the
I'm
internet.
offline today. I think.
Good day.
Good day.
Hey.
There.
All right. Very fast recap. The recaps in the Twitch chat are getting better, or in the Discord chat are getting better because it's catching the recap each week.
Except for me.
You are all, except for Ryan, but I'm the one saying the recap, so at least it catches that. Yeah. You are all in a mid-escape attempt right now. You have ventured to the Underdark. You have gone to Dweller's Den. You have retrieved incriminating evidence. You think, you hope, you're still maybe deciphering it a little bit. You robbed the researchers, then got partly captured, then did a jailbreak attempt and got everybody out, and have since been fleeing the city. You fled through the sewers, across the open fields to the village of Beastspine, which you had previously helped. You saw some interactions in Beastspine, and you're like, you know what? It's time for us to get back to the surface. And you struck off for the road that winds back up to the top. But as you were approaching the base of the wind, which also has a location of the organization known as the Coin, the bank/merchant system that you've interacted with here in the Underdark a few times before, you noticed that there was a large dust cloud kind of swirling around that area. And thinking better of just wandering into potential danger, you try to cut across some fields to basically hide your approach and maybe scale up the first part of the winding road that goes back up to the surface and avoid the coin and any potential disruption. Unfortunately for you, you have been spotted as you were cutting through the field. So this is my favorite way to begin a session. Roll initiative, please.
Oh shit. Oh, that's right.
Why am I still Karen?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't want to be Karen anymore.
Until you're not. You're still Karen until you're not.
I want to speak to your supervisor, Ryan.
That's why you're still Karen. That right there.
Is there an initiative light that we can do?
Yeah.
Initiative light? Is that initiative for when I'm just going to be running away initiative? Is that what that is?
It's like, you're like, not really committed to this initiative, but maybe,
Holy shit. Natural.
You are lucky.
Initiative, but nothing
You're
like,
lucky that some of you rolled well, because you were very close to welcome to the surprise round. So
Natural 20.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
I got a 14.
Ooh.
Big hot 4 there.
Okay.
23.
Can you, Ratscratch, can you slow down? I gotta type this out because there's a lot of combatants.
26.
Ratscratch, 20 plus what, though?
Give me a moment. Bear with me.
21.
21.
23.
And 23 as well. What's your dex modifier? It's 3 because you got a natural 20, and I can do math. And then.
Oh, my dex modifier is +5.
Then how's your?
Why is my initiative only +3? Accidentally.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Clicked it. D&D Beyond says initiative +3, dex +5.
It should be just your dex, right? There shouldn't be a cap for that.
Are you wearing an armor that is affected?
No.
Limiting.
I'm not. I'm a baird. So.
Yasi, 23 as well, right?
Yeah.
No active conditions.
I'm missing a Mr. Wudao and a
14.
Madame Calla.
Unless I have an ability that gives me bonus dex, but not bonus initiative.
That should still give you bonus initiative.
This is weird. My initiative is +5, but my dex modifier is +2.
Never mind.
if you have
I'm
strength,
looking
it's
at the
a
wrong
dex,
thing.
right?
My dex modifier is +2. My initiative is +3. My dex saving throw modifier is +5. I can read applications. Yay!
Well, I was sitting here like going, do I actually know how to play Dungeons and Dragons? Like,
Nope.
Have I been doing this wrong for years?
Existential crisis.
Calla, what did you get?
Hello.
So one time I can't re-roll a 1.
Oh, bummer.
Calla's immediately struck down by arrows.
I'm
All
too
right,
little. I
so,
can't see what's going on. It's fine.
if you remember correctly, you had heard some shouts in Undercommon, kind of approaching, kind of shouting back and forth. You were hearing them coming from different directions. There are low stone walls. If any of you have ever seen like the European farm fields that have the stone walls in between them, they're basically to keep the equivalent of cattle into a farm field and just demarcate who owns what.
A chest-high
These
wall.
ones, yeah, just about a chest-high wall, but these ones are in disuse or disrepair. So in many places they've slumped down, they're not being maintained, and there's just piles of stone. If you remember last time, you stuck a feather in one, and we're trying to do that. It's very different from how it looked closer to Dweller's Den, where the walls were all built by the builders or some dwarven or dwegar builder, and they were very, very good construction. These are literally like we picked rocks and cleared the field and then piled them up along the edges to make the walls. So much less firm. But the thing about a chest-high wall to keep in cattle is that's about a dwegar-sized thing. So you can just see some number of people running up and down the two walls that you are currently in the field of, around basically in front of you and to the side of you. And you can see helmets and the tops of longer bows curved up over the wall as well. Ratscratch, you are going first. What would you like to do? You see 4 people, 2 directly in front, 2 to your side.
And they are hostile. They're making hostile moves.
You are hearing shouting in common, but you
Okay.
don't know necessarily if they're hostile or not. You can metagame the fact I put you in initiative if you want to, but
Yeah,
it's up to you.
yeah.
You can
How
take
f-
initiative to make conversation.
How far away from them are me?
I think the 2 in front of you,
Don't question.
you can get like 30 feet directly in front of you, 45 kind of off in front of you. And the ones to your side are much closer, no more than 20, 25 feet.
And they're on the
Kind
other
of
side
just
of,
hopped in.
like, I'm on one
On the
side
other
of the
side of the
chest-high wall, and they're on the other side of the chest-high wall.
That's correct.
Okay. But our heads, our chests are above
You're
the
visible.
chest-high. We're visible.
Yeah, so you get a little bit of a down angle, and that's kind of how you're spotting them out. But it's a bit awkward.
I'm gonna hold my action for, instant hostility. So I will react to any hostile move with my action. But as my bonus action, I'm just gonna wave friendly. Hi.
Okay. What is your held action?
Dissonant whispers at 3rd level to the nearest.
Okay.
And just to make sure I understand the layout here, there are like bows sticking out from behind this wall, right?
They're the tops of the bows and their helmets, basically.
So we spotted them on the sides, right? And in
Yes.
front.
Actually,
Correct.
I'm going to say, hi, we're lost. Can you help us find the bakery?
What language do you say that in?
The only language I know, so common. And then I'll just throw in some. They're orcs, right? You said, or they were.
You don't know. They're just helmets and bows for you.
Okay, so
you do know.
I know what helmets and
would be
bows sound
much
like.
taller-
Yeah,
Orcs would be much taller than the chest-high wall.
I'm just gonna say the
unless
last
they're orcs
last
crawling around
thing
on their hands and knees.
the last thing that a helmeted bow carrying combatant said in my general direction at him. Whatever.
Okay.
I'm just mockingbirding it.
Roll a percentile die for me.
Oh shit!
What was the last
Wait,
thing
is
Calla
the
said?
thing with us? Is this because of the cone?
You guys are level 5 or level 6 right now? 6?
We are 6 now, aren't we? Yes.
Yeah, I think
Yeah. Wait, Matthew, did you make us do that because we have the horn with us?
No,
We do have the horn with us?
you do.
So if we
74.
cast spells,
Maybe. 74. Okay, you hear Ratscratch yell something in what appears to be Undercommon, and all of the people that are moving about kind of pause for a second.
Hi there.
Okay.
I'll just like gesture like we'll be on our way now. See ya. And still, I mean, preparing for instant hostilities.
Okay, so in response to hostility, you're going to blast the closest one, which is to your kind of right.
Yeah. Yeah.
with,
Well, I can hit it 60 feet away. So whoever looks like the most asshole.
Hostile. The most hostiler.
So it'll be whoever initiates the hostilities, you're
Pretty
going to
much.
hit them back
Yep.
with. Got it.
Wait, is there one on the side, and two in front of us? How did you say they?
So, like, imagine a 90-degree corner. You're cutting across a farm field. So you're in the middle of that. So the wall you just hopped over from the road, there are two on that side, and then there are two in front of you across that other way. So it's two in front, two to the side.
Mm.
Yasi, it is your turn.
Well, seeing as Ratscratch, I mean, I'm not gonna like try and blow Ratscratch's cover here. So as Ratscratch is like, yeah, we're just passing through. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, I'm starving. Where is that bakery? But let me see if I want to also hold an action just in case this fails miserably. But this is like tricky because we do have the horn and I'm kind of a caster. So,
Lauren has been staying. Wait, Dalaran? Dalaran has been. I should really name my wizard some more distinctly. Dalaran is kind of in the middle of your group. You guys have been kind of going back and forth away from the siphon, but he's kind of in the middle of the group right now.
in
And
my
you're fairly
experience,
bunched up.
we're close enough to the siphon, right? Where I know
Well,
that.
the thing is that last time you did pass without a trace, so everybody bunched up, so you're all within 30 feet of each other.
Okay, so the siphon's gonna pop off if I do a spell. So, I am not gonna necessarily. Let me think here. I mean, I do have like a. I don't know. Do I have? I have proficiency, but would I have like a basic bow, just
You
like on
tell
my
me.
back, or? Let me see. It's a little tricky because I imported my stuff from my other spreadsheet, and so I don't have all my inventory.
As a druid, I don't believe you start with a bow. So unless you were to
Oh,
bought
let me
one,
see. Starting equipment: leather armor, shield, sickle, druidic focus, explorer's pack, herbalism kit, and 9 gold. Okay, so I have a sickle, which is
a melee weapon.
okay, but you can throw it at someone.
You can throw the gold coins at them if you wanted to.
That's true. Okay. Oh, I have my hardtack slingshot, but not really. Either way, I'm gonna like try to play off of what Ratscratch said and be like, yeah, I'm starving and I could really use some hardtacky bread. And but in case like something goes awry, I'm gonna also, what is it called, that thing that Ryan did?
Hold action.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold action to throw the sickle at the person that Ryan may dissonant whispers. Same target.
Okay.
Just pat.
Sounds good. And that brings us to... Man, you guys rolled so well for this. That brings us to Kaydren.
Okay, so I missed a little bit of what you had said at the start. How many roughly are there, and how far away are they? Roughly?
4. 2 in front, 2 to the side. The ones in front of you are 30 and 45 feet, respectively. The ones to the side are closer, 20 and 25 feet.
And there's only 4 of them.
That you can see right now. Ratscratch and Yasi have decided to, because they haven't attacked yet, they've decided to try and chat their way out of it, but they're also holding attacks in the event of hostilities.
I'm just
I'm
going
just
to
trying to
continue
support
walking past them.
Oh, give me 1 second, guys.
Suspense.
I was honestly thinking about going completely nuclear, but if there's only 4 of them, I don't think that's really a requirement.
I'm
Right.
I like
probably
that
just
you're-
gonna take a defensive action this round, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep walking. I'll take the defense. I don't even need to. I could use wording flare and just force them to roll a disadvantage.
Right.
But
Well,
I
if
just
they
want to
shoot,
literally show my superiority to these people.
if they shoot at me and miss, I can throw their fucking shit back at them. So
Yeah, for sure. That's if they shoot you. If they shoot me,
yeah, I mean that's the
well,
thing
the
is
cool
I
part
don't know.
is I can impose disadvantage on any of them, right? And I can do it 4 times.
Yeah.
So as long as I see them take an attack, let's see. Oh no, when I am, so I can force them to miss.
Hmm.
So that's where I'm interested
Okay.
to see what happens with that.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
When Zach said completely nuclear, I thought you were gonna say I was gonna go completely
I'm
nude.
walking. I'm walking past them.
Yes, that
I'm going nude
definitely
and I'm
seems
walking
like
right
Kaydren.
on by
I
them.
will take a. I will take a defensive action, ready to be able to dodge if needed. But I'm literally do not care for these. Do not concern me unless there's more. If there's 4, whatever.
So you're walking in the way you were going, so
Yes.
straight ahead. Okay.
Yes.
30 feet.
Yes.
Okay. So now you're about 10 feet away from the wall and
Yep.
very close to 1, 2, and pretty far from the other 2.
Yep.
Okay, and what's your defensive action?
Hmm?
Okay, defense. Okay.
Yep. But that's basically I'm just ready to dodge or push my shield up if I need to. It's not like I'm
Okay.
literally walking at them like I do not care.
Okay. So there are 2 scouts in front of you. And as you get close enough, because you're tall, they can look up and see you basically. So you kind of make eyes with one of this Dwagar. You realize right away. Actually, make an insight check. Let's see how much you realize.
How much do I? So let's see. We'll see what happens. All right, which dice do I want to use? Are you going to screw me this time, white dice? No. Okay. Unnatural 20 because it was 13 plus 7 because I have a very high insight.
You have the distinct impression that this is the type of mercenary or killer or soldier that is here to do the dirty work. And you see that they have their bows out and arrows knocked. And as that occurs to you, he shoots an arrow directly at you from basically point blank.
Sure. With disadvantage.
With disadvantage. You get that disadvantage persists the whole turn.
So,
As long as I take the defensive action, any attack against me has to roll with disadvantage.
Okay.
2 things then. As soon as that I see him bring up the bow to fire, as a reaction, cutting words.
I can also use my reaction here, and because I'm Warcaster, so as soon as I see him fire, I'm going to use my reaction.
As a reaction to his attack roll, I will cutting words to the bowman's
Okay.
attack roll.
Apply the cutting words, please.
That's not a baguette. And then I will dissonant whispers the fuck out of his brain.
Well, what was the cutting words first? Like, what was the roll on the cutting words?
Oh no,
What were
no.
the words?
What were the words I used?
I'm also curious what the words were. I'll be honest.
Well,
That's
that's
not a bad guess.
that's not a
Not a
bad
bad
guess.
guess,
Yeah,
That's not a
Which is a very distracting thing to say as
yeah,
you try and figure out. what that
absolutely.
means.
Delicious.
It just says roll the die. The fuck
Yeah, I think
die?
it's 1d4 and then you reduce the attack by it, right?
Yeah, it's not even fucking telling me. Cutting words. Oh, it's my bardic. It's the die I use for
It's
my
the
bardic
dice,
inspiration die.
So that's 1d8.
1d8 at this point.
And reduce it.
That's an 8. God damn, I'm rolling.
Does a 5 hit you?
A 5?
Yeah, does that hit?
No.
You're right. This isn't a big at shit.
The battle-hardened mercenary Dwagar gets distracted by a bird shouting at him and just skies this arrow that he shoots towards you. Just
As a reaction, because now I get to, because of Warcaster, I can use my reaction and cast a spell. I'll just
do that. I
sigh
thought
and-
Warcaster was only if somebody moved out of attack range.
Huh?
So I thought it's only an attack of opportunity for Warcaster.
No, Warcaster is I can use my reaction to cast a spell.
Yeah, only with an attack of opportunity though.
Is it?
I think so.
Warcaster, where is it?
When a hostile creature's movement provokes an opportunity attack from you, you can use
I
your
cast
reaction to
spell.
cast
I
a
thought
spell
it
with
was
the
based on
creature.
the reaction. Okay.
Yeah, you get other bonuses too. You can still cast your stuff when you have a shield, and you have an advantage on saving throws to maintain concentration. Constitution. Constitutions. Concentration. Okay, so no reaction from you then, because he's just attacking you.
It's fine.
Then the dissonant whisters go off from Ratscratch.
Yeah.
So go ahead and do that.
So they need to make a wisdom saving throw. DC is 14.
Um, 8.
Yep, so they failed, and they get to take 8d6 of damage. Psychic damage.
You just dropped the shit out of a level 3 spell on this guy's head.
Could have told us where the baguettes were.
Jesus.
15,
happens when he has, like, a bread?
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24. 24 points of psychic damage.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Only, a light 24.
A light tickle of 24 points of damage.
Light tickle.
This distracted Dwagar is now screaming and is in severe distress.
It must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far away from me as he possibly can.
So he immediately turns and sprints dead away from the wall.
Wait, but before he sprints, I throw my sickle at him.
So yes, you are now also throwing the weapon at the now fleeing Dwagar. I want you to make an improvised. I think it's an improvised weapon throw.
You need to make a savagery attack because that's just brutal.
What would that be? I mean, I roll a d20, right?
Hang on. What weapon are you throwing? A sickle?
A sickle.
It doesn't have the thrown property.
It's fine. I might still hit him in the face.
So
But if it hits him, maybe he'll trip and fall.
treat it as an improvised weapon. And you can throw it up to 60 feet, so you can do that. Go ahead and make an attack roll, but you're going to make it against 3/4 cover. Not because he's behind 3/4 cover, but because you can't see him. So what that means is his armor class is going to go up pretty substantially. But go ahead and give me your attack roll.
What's what would be the modifier? Would there be any modifier? Would it be like
I
a
believe
strength
it's your
modifier?
dexterity.
My dex? Okay. Then that's gonna be a 12.
That does not hit. You see the sickle whip into the air. You've never thrown a sickle, really?
It's true. It's
You
true.
just let it fly. And sickles are a surprisingly difficult weapon to throw straight, as they are balanced 100% for swinging with weight against crops. So they're balanced when you try and huck them, especially if you're trying to spin it. Yeah, that was going to be pretty difficult. On
Don't know
the plus
till you try.
side, it's pretty scary to see that come flying through the air at you, even if it doesn't hit you. So this poor Dwagar is feeling the stress right now. I'm trying to use a tracker here, so bear with me. So he gets 30 feet away, but he's still within bow range. So he's going to take a second shot at you, Kaydren, at disadvantage.
As he's running? What a bitch.
No. So he's required to run 30 feet away. So he just reaction ran, stopped, turned around, and shot again.
Oh, I see.
So
I mean, he's still a little bit, but
14 to hit this time.
That does not hit. Sorry, friend. As I continue to slowly stride past all these idiots.
So on the first enemy's turn, he wildly missed 2 shots and took the majority of his health and damage and ran away. So that's what's going on so far. The second scout, who is also along that same wall with you, it was the 2 in front, sees that happen, and he yells something out to the first one.
No.
You don't know what he said, but he yells out, and you see him point back towards the Coin Tavern. Okay? And then he's going to draw his bow and make an attack against you, Kaydren, because you're the only one that's kind of peeking over the wall.
Sure. So with disadvantage.
That dodge action was a good choice.
No, I wouldn't really have needed it. I was actually just going to impose my will because I can also force them, no matter what, to have a disadvantage. But
first shot misses because it's a 13. Yep. Second shot is a 19. Does that hit?
That is just my armor class.
Ooh,
so it does hit.
You take 9 points of damage as that second arrow slips through the armor. You're busy going 1, 2, 3, 4. Take the fourth arrow.
I'm just gonna look at him and say, "Oh, friend, you've made the worst decision of your day."
He doesn't seem too rattled. Maybe because he doesn't understand what you're saying, or maybe because he's a veteran.
He doesn't understand it in common, which pretty regular language, even for the Duragar.
But they will understand. Oh.
No.
And then me
pretty universal language.
A look of sadness on my face.
Wudao, that brings us around to you.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Well, I have this thing. So I guess I'll have to set this thing down that I am carrying.
Just put that down real quick.
Oh shit! BT Dubs, does Ratscratch need to roll some?
Oh yeah, do I have to roll something for my bullshit?
You know what? I'm so glad you reminded me about that.
Oh,
Why
thank
don't you give me a little roll, please?
What would you like?
100.
Oh, you would like a 100. I could give you that.
I kept moving away from the group, so.
99.
Damn.
I know. That's probably a bad number, or a good number, or.
What would you say Ratscratch desires most in the world right now?
Oh shit!
At this instant, not overall, not deep thoughts, but right now, what's on Ratscratch is like, I really like
A
this.
pastry.
Obviously,
Yeah, a
a
pastry.
A baguette, yeah, a baguette, and a warm baguette, and a strong mead. Just
So, very ironically,
yeah.
because you have just said that's not a baguette and some warm mead appear in your hands.
This is a baguette.
This is a baguette.
As the
And
magic effect was something called wishful thought.
Nice.
So,
And
I
I break the baguette in half and hand half to Calla.
what? Can you? That's not a baguette. Baguette. Dissonant whispers for your doom.
I've never
Oh,
respected Ratscratch more than I do right now, seeing him summon me from nothing. I'm in awe of his
And
new power.
probably Yasi is also impressed with the bread summoning there, even if it's not hard tech.
Yeah, it's
oh my
not
God.
like it's.
Can you leave it out?
It doesn't make a conk 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 sound when I hit it against the table though, so it's not like you're gonna
All the
like
ladies
it.
are like, ooh, Ratscratch, who's that guy
Ooh.
summoning in all the food and drink?
Warm baguette.
Yassi's like,
Ooh.
so he could have been summoning hardtack this whole time and didn't.
You're like snapping it right there, like.
Oh, it just and there's steam coming up from it still.
How good of a baguette is
Damn
this?
it, now I want a baguette.
I know. Fresh out the oven French baguette.
Oh yeah, how fresh is this baguette?
This is just perfect baguette. This is Sunday morning Paris baguette right here.
Somewhere some banker just pulled out and went, and it just goes poof.
And the baker, ironically, in another universe at that time went, that's not a baguette.
An arrow flies out of his oven.
Oh dear.
All right, Wudao, you set down the
Yes,
continual
as
box of
Kaydren
random.
hangs his head and utters his solemn condolences for this man that has made a terrible decision, I will casually set my burden down. The other two, so there were two that were like, so they're close to the ones that were in front, and then there's two that are off to our flank, right?
Yeah, kind of basically
How far
behind
away?
you. Just 20, 25 feet away.
You don't even need a step of the wind.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking, yeah, I'll just run over there.
Okay, so as you run towards the wall, when you get closer, you're going to be able to see them more and more because you're going to be obviously quite tall peering down over the wall. But there is still about a 4-foot wall in front of you. How are you going to, what's your plan of action to get over this wall here? Or what would you like to do?
I mean, I'm just gonna parkour.
I expected as much, but I just wanted to confirm.
Parkour.
So
I will yell parkour.
So directly in front of you, you have they look very similarly attired. They're both have bows out and strung. They seem to have on lighter armor than you normally see from the Dwagar. And they are both, kind of coordinating with each other. What would you like to do as you run over
Do they have like a tabard, regalia, unit symbol, anything that we've seen
you can
before?
give me a quick perception check or investigation, your choice, to see if you recognize anything they're wearing.
It's
pretty high because you're in combat.
I'm not looking very close now.
You're not really paying attention to what they're wearing. You're just paying attention to the fact they're holding weapons. So.
Okay. I'm contractually obligated to do this, and then I'm gonna hit him in the face.
That's true, actually. All right, give me some attack rolls.
Oh Lord. Let's see. It's going to be 13 for the first. Oh, I'm sorry, no. That would be ranged attack. So 15 for the first.
That hits.
Okay, well then the
roll damage, please.
Even higher number will also hit. Let's see. So the first punch is going to be 11 points of damage.
All right. And I heard you say under your breath your second punch is also going to land.
Yeah, that was even higher than the first, but let's see. We will do 8 points of damage on the second. 1, 2.
When when you say on the second, you mean I'm punching the same guy twice, or I'm
going to hit him
I'm
twice.
distributing my punches contractually?
No, well, we will lambast the one and hope that maybe the second one will think better of his choices.
Then we'll see what the other one's look on his face is when his friend thinks, oh.
I will give the second one a chance to reevaluate his life choice.
He's not looking too bad. He's beat up, like he went reeling, but he's not down by any means.
Okay, well, I will use my bonus action to hit him again then.
All right.
So 15 again.
Hits again.
10 points of damage.
Okay. He steps back. This time, that third punch really, you saw his, head snap back as you landed a quick 1, 2, 3 combo against him. He is blood pouring out of his nose, blood coming out of his ears a little bit, looking very rough, but not so rough that he doesn't do what he does right now, which is drop his bow and draw out what looks like a war hammer or potentially a war pick from his belt. Not very heavy, not a two-handed weapon, but a lighter but still quite deadly looking weapon, and he takes a swing at you. I'm rolling digitally today, so bear with me. 16 to hit on his swing.
16 is my armor class.
You take 8 points of damage.
Okay.
He pulls the pick back out and swings again. 18 to hit.
Okay.
This time it's another 10 points of damage, and that's going to be his turn. He looks down the road towards the coin, and you can see his eyes kind of flick back and forth to you, but he takes off down the road.
Okay.
Next up is the final scout next to Wudao, who does something a little strange. He drops his bow and scrambles over the wall into the field with you. He starts running directly for Thalorin, and as he gets closer, you see him.
As he tries to run away from me, I can
not
give
Scout
him smack,
3,
right?
Scout 4 here.
Oh,
so it's the one that's like 5 feet beyond you. So he just kind of just beyond where you're standing, leaps over the wall and starts running towards Thalorin. Still standing nearby are Ratscratch, Calla, and Yasi, who haven't really moved from their initial position. So he's rushing towards you as well. He is going to go past you, Calla, and you, Ratscratch. So you have attacks of opportunity if you are so prepared for that and have reactions. I think, Ratscratch, you do not.
I do not.
Because you used cutting work.
Yep.
So, Calla, you can make a reaction attack, not with your bow, but with a melee weapon if you have one.
My short sword that I never use, but will use right now.
Go ahead and give me one attack.
What the hell?
Calla looks surprised at her own action and draws a sword and swings it.
It's not the baguette in my other hand, and I'm like, that's not the baguette.
Ratscratch to see the baguette. It's like, wait.
I'm so tempted to give Ratscratch an attack of opportunity with the baguette.
With the baguette.
Baguette inspiration.
What was that?
11. Does that hit?
11 does not hit. So you swing, but the action of drawing the sword and the distraction of using a melee weapon, not quite enough.
That's fair.
He gets up towards Thalorin, and he takes a swing at a war pick with Thalorin.
Sadly, Warden Flare only works against attacks against me.
I know. The very first attack is going towards Thalrin. And it looks, for all intents and purposes, like it's about to hit him. And reflexively, he brings his hands up and casts Shield to divert the attack.
Does it prompt the siphon?
It does. And
Okay.
he gets a spell effect called Spell Echo, which is the last cantrip you cast, repeats itself immediately, same target, same effect, no additional spell slot used. He has not cast a cantrip recently, so nothing happens. The shield is enough to deflect the first and second hit misses wildly as well. The Dwagar is standing next to Thalrin. Thalrin takes his turn now, and he turns to run from the Dwagar, who makes an attack, which also misses. And he runs and grabs the Soul Siphon. And in a turn of events that seems a bit surprising, this frail-looking man picks up the Soul Siphon completely and starts to run away from the fight. Full dash straight away from the fight.
Wait, what did you say he did?
He picked up the artifact and ran away with it.
This is the guy who had like charged Thalrin?
No, this is
the
Thalrin.
himself.
Oh, this is Thalrin. Okay,
Which
okay.
he disengaged from that guy, which he
Ran
gets an
away.
attack of opportunity.
Okay.
He didn't disengage. He took an attack of opportunity, which missed, and then he dashed away. But good call. That brings us all the way down to Calla.
Of the scouts, can I see?
So the easiest one to see is the one that's basically on top of you, which is Scout 4. The other three, you really can't see very well. You are at the most disadvantage in the group of seeing over the wall.
Oh.
Correct. How close am I to the guy who's closest to me?
10 feet. You're very close.
Alright, I'm gonna use my sword again.
I mean, you could shoot him at 10 feet away.
I know,
You're
but
the
I
mis-
just feel silly.
You're not engaged by a melee person. You have no disadvantage. You can point blank him with your arrow. Literally can't miss.
But then she has to put down her baguette.
That's true. I don't think
You
I
actually have the baguette in your hand?
Yeah. Ratscratch broke it in half, so I have half a baguette and a sword.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack with my sword.
You're gonna get blood all over your baguette.
I'm holding it like above my head. I'm like, no.
Do you have 2
You
attacks?
put it in your
there,
quiver.
or 1?
2.
Okay. You're making 2 attacks against this person?
Hell yeah.
What are...
Does a
What are your rolls?
26 hit?
Oh.
Yeah, I'd say it does.
That would be 11. Apparently my sword does work.
It sure does.
There's no way you could have rolled an 11 on a sword.
Oh, sorry. It's doing piercing for some reason. 8.
Still, an 8 seems... Isn't a short sword a 1d6 weapon?
Yeah,
Is it?
typically.
Okay, I'll just roll a d6. I don't know what.
A d6 plus your dexterity or strength modifier, I believe. I think it's a finesse.
Well, that could get her up there.
Maybe,
I mean,
yeah. What's your dexterity modifier?
3.
Okay, yeah, 8 could work then. Okay. What was your second roll then?
18.
Also hits. What damage?
5.
Perfect.
And
You
so
hack
I
twice
get-
into this scout, who looks pretty concerned about the fleeing. You know what? I'll let you make a bonus action improvised weapon attack with the baguette if you would like to.
Hell yes, I would like to.
Slap that
but
man on the baguette.
A d20 is that what
This
we
is
said?
our baguette.
Yeah.
This is a baguette. Is that a d20? Is that
Yeah.
9?
9 does not hit.
Damn
Your half a baguette swings wide.
Still worth
All
it.
right, Ratscratch, your turn.
Who's left? The man
All of them.
Oh,
all
are
of them.
Oh my
alive.
god.
Who's left? All of them.
We have not killed a single one.
Answer yes.
One of them is running away.
Yes.
Are they running after Thalrin, by the way, or just the other direction?
The only one that seems to be running away was the one that was forced to run away.
Okay.
Okay.
Only Kaydren knows something else about that person.
Okay. Okay, there's one currently getting smacked with a baguette. And one is what is the non-running, baguette assaulted what is the one non yeah.
Baguettery?
Yeah. Shit. Can't.
There are four.
There are
two...
four. There are four.
Yes, there are four. Man, is it so hard to do Theater of the Mind battle with you guys after I made you get so used to using Tailspire?
Yeah,
What if I
bit.
can't see everybody? There are two directly in front of you.
Uh-huh.
Over the wall.
Okay.
One of those two is the one you made flee further away from you. Both of those two have shot at Kaydren.
Okay.
To the right, you had two more. Wudao currently beat the crap out of one of them, and the other one hopped the wall and ran in and attacked Thalrin.
All right. I will hit the two that are right in front of me with color spray.
I was gonna say.
So by right in front of you, I mean directionally in front of you, but they're the ones that are by Kaydren are both
There's one
30
very
and
close
about
to you.
70 feet away from you.
Oh,
There's
well,
one
okay.
right
So
on top of you.
they're not right in front of me. They're
No.
just
Yep, my fault.
right
So-
in front of me.
Resetting again. You're in the middle of this field.
Uh-huh.
There's one Dwagar with you.
Okay.
The one that hopped the wall and assaulted Thalrin.
Yes. He's very near you.
In front of you is a stone wall about 30 feet away. There is one Dwagar just behind that wall. And then about 30 feet beyond that is the Dwagar you originally hit with Dissonant Whispers, who turned and ran. So you're basically like 10 feet, 30 feet, 70 feet in front of you. And then to your right, about 25 feet away, is the fourth one.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yes. I will look to the right, the one about 25 feet away, point at him. Do you have my baguette? And then Dissonant Whispers him.
Okay.
So that is again, a 14 DC Wisdom saving throw.
Does a 3 save?
No. So that was cast at level 3 again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 22, 24 again.
Wudao.
Yes.
You 1, 2, 3. Dwagar, blood pouring out of its nose, a little bit trickling out of its ears, face beaten and battered, and suddenly they twitch, and their eyes roll backwards. Blood streams out of their ears, and they fall back onto the ground dead.
Oh my god.
I like that he's like, you're like punch, and then the guy's like this, and he's like, like the most delayed death action ever. Like, and it was like 20 to 30 seconds.
Anything else you'd like to do, Ratscratch?
No. Wait, yes. Did any of the other Dwagars notice that one just die?
Yes.
I'm going to point menacingly with my baguette at that one. You are next.
So the one right next to you, who was just assaulted by the other half of Cat, is being pointed at.
If these guys
Who,
live
by
there,
the way, from
he is
his point of view, sees Wudao kill that guy.
Yeah, I know. That's
Okay, excellent.
that's the downside of my mind bullets is
Mind bullets.
no one
No
sees
credit.
them.
Aw.
Yasi, it is your turn.
So I know that we're all kind of like, some of us are huddled together. Me, Calla, probably Ratscratch are close by each other.
Yeah.
This other guy that charged Thalarin, like, is he must be very close to us.
Yes, he is. He's basically in the
But-
middle of you guys.
Okay, because what I'm trying to think is, like, I want to cast Thunder Wave, but it's an AoE, and I obviously don't want to hit Calla and Ratscratch. So, I don't. And I was also, and you said the guys in front of us, the ones that are like near Kaydren, they're how many feet? Like 20?
For you, about 20 feet for the first one, and about 60 feet for the second one.
Okay, so I kind of feel like
the guy that's right next to me too.
What?
How close am I am I to the guy that's behind the wall that just shot me?
About 10 feet or so. The wall's basically in between you guys. You basically got where you could look down over the wall and stopped, because that's where you walked to.
And Kaydren, you have what kind of spell do you have, or what do you have like ticking on you right now that's like defensive?
Oh no, I
just took the dodge action.
It was an action.
Mm.
I used my action to get into a defensive posture, which was my defensive posture was, if an attack comes at me, I'm just going to dodge it. Right?
Okay.
Because I was
I
thinking maybe these are more like town guards and they got thrown out here, and it was kind of like they don't know what they're doing. Then I found out they're mercenaries, and one of them shot me. So now that's why I was just like, oh, you boys.
Okay. Because what I'm thinking I want to do, and maybe
But that
I don't know.
now too. I do not have a.
Okay, but you are still a tanky boy. I think
you know what dodge is, though, Neurali, just so you know. It's patient defense, but you just spend the action to get it.
Well, here's what I'm thinking, because like I said, I know that myself, Calla, and Ratscratch are more like the caster type ranged characters among our group, and we currently have this Dwagar like in our melee range area. And so what I want to do, and I don't know exactly how we're configured, but what I'm trying to do is I want to cast Thunder Wave at him so that I push him in the direction of where like Kaydren is, thinking that like maybe Kaydren can also bonk him on the head, or like we can kind of get them together to do something more group attack,
I will walk over and murder this man in about one turn. So.
That's kind of what I was, hoping.
Do you have a grasping vine? You could like drag one of them over to you.
I don't have. Wait, I actually think I do have. Well, I have entangle, but that's not the same.
I love grasping vine. So fun.
I know, it's very good.
But yeah,
okay,
so that's kind of what I want to
do. You could walk around behind him.
I wouldn't take an attack of opportunity because I didn't get to hit him. So.
She's talking about the one that's amidst. You're talking about the one that's amidst the group, Matt.
I want to push him out of our.
I'm close to by the wall.
Oh no, I'm talking about the one in our group. I want to push him out of our
I'm not
group.
even near that, so.
Yeah, he's about 30 feet from you. So if you did that, you'd push him like 10 feet closer to Kaydren, but.
Okay, well, I still want to push him away from us. So, but I don't want to push him towards Thalarin. And I mean, I guess I can push him towards Wudao, but Wudao can go get to him whenever he wants, however he wants, because Wudao's fast.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to basically have you stand next to Calla and Ratscratch. Ratscratch isn't in melee range, but Calla is. So you're going to get into his melee range so that you don't hit Calla and then blast him away from the group.
Yeah,
and I'm going to cast it.
Yeah, and I'll cast it at. I'll cast it at third level. Let me look at how many spells I have at third level. I'll cast it at second level. And that would be. He would have to do a con save. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your spell save DC?
Oh shoot. Where is it in? I'm not used to the location of things in Oh, spell save DC. Okay, it's 15.
He fails.
Yay! Okay, hold on.
which I think its second level is 3d8.
Yes, it is. Wait, no. At second level,
Yes.
it is
You add
3d8.
an
Yeah,
extra
yeah.
dice.
Okay, let me see. Where are my d8s? Boop, boop, boop. Roll.
1d8 per level above first.
Yep.
Okay, it's 12 damage.
All right. So he flies back from the group. Does Thunderwave create a loud thunder crack? And if so,
Yes.
how far is that
Um,
audible
yes,
for?
that can be heard. That's audible for about 300 feet.
Okay. There's kind of a reverberating cracking sound as the thunder wave goes off, and the Dwagar is launched backwards 10 feet.
yeah, it is audible within 300 feet.
Okay.
You basically set off a giant bomb.
And if there are any unsecured objects that are within that area, they are also pushed away. I don't really care, but just in case it
There's
matters.
a large amount of disruption in that area as things go flying backwards. He looks very, very injured when he stands up. There's baguette crumbs that also get launched in that direction.
I was wondering if that was going to happen.
That brings us around to you, Kaydren.
I'm gonna walk over the wall, just saunteringly,
Casually steps over the wall.
just shaking my head, and then I'm gonna reach out, and I'm just gonna cast inflict wounds at second level.
Okay then. Inflict wounds. That's going to be a spell attack, right?
Yeah. A creature that I can touch. He needs
But
to
it's
make
not
a
a spell save.
Constitution saving
Oh, it is a
throw.
save. Okay. Ooh, let's see. It's not an attack roll?
It is not.
It's a
It's
con
just
save?
a creature I can touch makes a Constitution saving throw. Because it's a touch spell. I just reach out and touch them. It's not like
10?
That is not a save.
Okay.
Right? And I said I cast that.
You said third
Second
level.
level. Second level.
Second level it is.
Oh, nope. It was just 3d10. Well, that'll be. Let's see. 7, 8, 15. 15 points damage.
Okay. Inflict wounds is a nasty spell.
Yeah.
You just touch him and wounds erupt all over his body. He steps back. Now you notice that look of fear that you expected to see before. Anything else you'd like to do?
I'll just sigh heavily.
Just forcing me into this shit over and over again. The scout that was hit by dissonant whispers the first time turns and keeps running. He dashes away from you. You see him disappear up the road and around the corner towards the coin and the dust cloud that's still forming over there.
How far away is it? 60 foot?
So he was 30 feet from you already,
Yeah.
and so he just ran another 60 feet. So he's about 90 feet away from you now and
still
running.
Get that.
Okay. That's what he's doing
So
this
I'm
turn.
keeping
So
my
he's
eye
running.
on him, unless it's like literally. I thought we were in the middle of a field, so I'd be impressed if he got out of my line of sight.
Aw,
I have many options at my disposal, so
he's not
seeing as we
waiting
just
around.
set off a just giant thunder explosion, silence is no longer a thing that we're doing. So
yeah, where are we in turn order?
Go loud, baby.
What was that?
Where are we in turn order?
It is currently Scout 2's turn, which is the one in front of Kaydren.
Okay.
who's going to do 2 War Picks attacks against Kaydren. The first one, which is not a disadvantage, correct?
No, nothing's at a disadvantage right now.
Okay, first one is 15 to hit.
That will not hit.
Second one is 12 to hit, which I assume also does not.
I will also not hit.
He takes 2 desperate swings at you, trying to drive you back. No dice on either one. Wudao. Looking down at your palms, blood dripping off them. What would you like to do
The
here?
problem is you didn't get that kill, so your lady actually isn't sated. You'd
How far
probably
away
do
is
that.
this man?
Which one?
The one that ran?
From you is about 110 feet.
Man,
No problem.
Oh my god, Monk.
Oh my
God. Sure, you got them.
Dude, you cannot go 110 feet in one
A
turn.
dash action is 90 feet for me.
90 feet. And
Oh
you can just
my
step
god.
of the wind. And plus
And
step
then
of the
step
wind.
of the wind is an additional 45 feet.
Okay. So
I will
you're
catch
going
up to him this turn.
That
Jesus
is
Christ.
awesome. That is
I
so
will-
awesome.
I will-
literally watch the
Holy
cave
shit.
barely even move. It as he runs
I will turn-
by, doesn't even function, and then it's
Yeah. I will turn, see that guy round the corner, and then just
All right.
appear next
You-
to him.
So, but you're using dash and step of the wind, so you're not going to attack
Yeah.
when you get there then.
no. I'm
No,
basically
it'll
gonna
be
put
in
him
melee
into
range.
melee
You,
range.
you just did the anime
Loom
slash
over
step.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like
Heck,
and then
you
I'm
might
behind
even have
him.
enough room to stand in front of him.
Yeah, I could probably
So
get in
then
front
he
of
just
him.
runs into you, right?
Yeah. And I'll
I
just
can't
be like,
track his movements with my eyes.
He's great.
Mm-mm-mm.
Sorry. Anime
"Mm-mm."
trips. All right. Let's see.
Where are you going?
I was just either going to cast
Replies the
Fireball or
bakery.
Scorching Ray at a higher level and just pew, pew.
Well, he said he went around a corner, so
Yeah, well.
Not a problem for people that can see over that wall, but monks
Oh.
also
Hey, not
not a
all of
problem
us
no
can see
matter
over.
where you are on the battlefield. We are.
He has speed.
Scout 3 is dead. Scout
am
4 is going to take his action now. He pulls something out of his pack.
This is the begetted one, right?
This is the baguetted one.
Yes.
The one that's next to all of y'all. That is in the
Ah.
closest of ranges.
He baguetted his ass kicked.
It
He's been
looks to be like a ball, or maybe like a small flask. For the 3 of you that are standing there, make an intelligence check, please.
Sure. I'm not very smart. I
Oh,
rolled a
no.
9, so 8.
I got a 5.
9. Woohoo!
Woo!
Hardest of the group right here.
No idea what that is. You have no
Cool.
idea. He throws it straight down, and there's a thump noise. All of you need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Did he just go nuclear?
Brian, I wish your dogs were louder. I can barely hear them.
Initially, I thought that was someone trying to make the sound effects of this bomb being, or this potion being dropped, and I was like, that's not what I thought it sounded like, but it's fine.
I thought it was just Ratscratch saying his true name.
Yeah.
No, that's dog scratch.
Feverishly typing.
That's his cousin, Dog Scratch.
Doesn't like that, damn it.
Dex
got a
saving throw
20.
22.
And Calla.
12.
Oh no!
Aren't you
I'll,
both extras of us, somehow?
I have
So
plus
as
6.
the object hits the ground, there's a flash of light, and then the world is upside down for you, Calla, as you are blasted 10 feet away and take 10
He
fire
did go full
damage.
nuclear.
What if I
Damn.
land on the baguette? Would I take less damage?
Yeah, it's soft. It's fresh.
Baguette is now burnt and crispy.
Oh, it's
I'm
toast!
No,
About the baguette.
It's
than I
toast now. It's delicious warm
Ratscratch
toast.
and Yasi, you each take 5 points of fire damage.
How's my baguette?
About them being toast.
Your baguette
Toasted.
also toasted.
Oh,
Well, toasted. I mean,
Also
That's kinda
toasted
nice.
is scout number 4.
oh dear.
He went nuclear.
Wait,
That's it
he
for his turn.
moved
As he
himself?
yeah,
Yep.
he just he took the bomb and threw it straight down since he was standing in the middle of you guys, and it ended up
Wait,
killing
but I
him as
pushed him away 10 feet.
Not
well.
enough.
It's a bomb, so
Hey, go boom.
Oh.
you had a rough
Okay,
go
well,
of
he's
that
still
there.
not in
It
the
was
middle
also
of
his
us.
turn. He literally could run up to you and just go boom. Right?
That's
Like,
true.
it
But
doesn't
I would
matter.
like
You
to
move
know
into your
that that's true,
range.
but he pushed
You
away.
can't stop
That's a
him
good
from
point. I did actually forget that, but yeah, he can relocate himself that 10 feet
Yeah.
to do the suicide bomb that he did. It is now Calla's turn.
Can I? Is everybody else on the other side of the wall? Can I see anybody?
You can see Thalrin running away across the fields in not the direction you were going. You
Right.
can see like this kind of like swirling dust cloud going down the road to your right, where you saw Wudao's head just like and you can see Kaydren just over the wall in front of you. Like you can see him clearly like
No, I just
fighting.
reached out.
Yeah.
I just reached out and
He's
touched him on the
giving
shoulder.
aid to
and
the
then-
poor behind the wall, you assume. Like that's obviously what he's doing.
Mhm.
And you and Ratscratch and Yasi are kind of standing around right now.
So I can't see any of the scouts.
You can see the top of the head of the scout that is fighting Kaydren right now.
Sniper.
Stand up, myself off. I look for a good piece of baguette to bite. And then I aim at the little bit of the head that I can see.
Okay. Make an attack roll, please.
Does a 24 hit?
Yes, despite the 3/4 coverage.
That would be 8.
Ooh.
8 damage.
Uh-huh.
Kaydren, the Dwagar in front of you sprouts a new adornment to the top of his head as an arrow punches directly through his helmet into the skull.
Like there's this much of his head showing, and you're like, yoink!
Uh-huh.
For whatever reason, it hits at this angle. Like she must have tipped the bow up so it was coming down at the time, so it was like up
That's
in the
not
air.
far enough for
It
an
shot
arrow to
down.
arc.
She curved the
That's
arrow.
how arrows
She
work.
curved the
Like,
arrow.
up and you shot it straight up in the air.
It just sprouted into his head.
She's
Yeah.
a professional.
24.
Just
That would be way funnier than he's
Yeah.
got an arrow sticking
He
out.
just, like I
dead
said,
on
he's
his head.
just this new adornment just popped into the top of his head, and he just slumps down. That's it for him.
Oh, buddy.
I'm mad because I can't use my second shot.
As
And
my-
so I'm mad
As my
about it.
reaction, can I pull the arrow out that he shot me with and just lay it on him? Because it's like, you hold
Buddy,
on to that,
poor
friend.
guy.
You take 1 point of damage doing so, but I will let you do so as like a flower on the grave move here. Okay. Anything else you want to do with your turn, Calla?
I'm gonna have a little bit more of the baguette.
I offer Calla a little like baguette bump. Like
Baguette cheers.
yeah, cheers.
You know, I'm beginning to think that you all aren't taking my fight seriously.
Huh? What?
Bread serious over here, okay.
We're bred serious. That's bad. That's bad.
Come on.
Valor-
Boisterous brigands brandishing bloodied brigadettes tonight at
doesn't
11.
seem to be paying attention to what's happening and continues to dead sprint away from you with the artifact.
Hey,
From the baguette brigade.
hey,
You know what? He was annoying anyway.
but that's
It's
ours.
bread to me now. It's fine.
Nothing wrong could ever go to him having full control over this frickin' thing.
That's the first thing that ever
No.
went wrong. Nothing wrong could ever go. That's one of my favorite lines. What show is that from? Is that Futurama?
It's South Park.
South
no,
Park.
Sorry. No, it is not. It's from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
They did the Jurassic Park episode,
Oh yeah, that's right.
and they're in the helicopter.
That brings us around to Ratscratch.
All right, so
3 of them are dead. There's one left very far away. Wudao, we literally just watched him run at Mach 7.
How far away is he?
Wudao over here.
You can't really get a good sight on him.
He's gone. He's dust.
Was he like?
rounded
He's
it
like
According to
60 or
Ratscratch,
something.
he's
But
dead
you
already.
can see
100.
Wudao, who's basically 100 feet away from you.
Wudao is dead.
No.
120, give or take.
Wudao
Everyone's
is
dead
visual
again.
sight range to
Wudao
Ratscratch.
you can see, the Dwagar you cannot.
Okay.
But you do see me looking down at
Valorant's
something.
like huffing away at
I'm going to send a message to Wudao.
Okay.
Do you require assistance?
He just laughs to himself. Assistance.
You hear a request for, do you require assistance?
So, like, when I rounded the corner, I didn't see, like, a whole nother gang of dudes, like, right there or anything, did I? Or
No.
nah, I'm fine.
All right. Guys, Wudao's dead.
Oh my god.
Classic.
Not again.
Classic Ratscratch rumor.
That's it.
When he says that, can I look over and see
Yeah. Get that one.
My
Yeah,
God.
that one.
Anything else? That's it for your turn?
That's it for my turn. Yeah. There's nothing I can do from this distance. Yeah.
Ratscratch and I are now just eating. This is
Yeah.
battle for us.
Yeah. I'll share my mead that I also wished for.
Here,
Oh, yeah.
I am going to give you guys more and more serious fights until you take them with
Oh,
appropriate concern. All of you
this
have
was
treated this as a joke.
I was absolutely appropriate concern. I burned 2-3 level spells. I think that's very much appropriate
Yeah.
concern.
I used the sword for like the
I
first
just
7.
didn't know that they were mercenaries, and I wanted to give them a chance to get their way out, but they didn't take that chance.
I offered
I
them
don't
an
know
out.
if this group's capable of anything other than a reverence, to be honest.
I should know better by now. Yasi, your turn.
Okay, so is Wudao right next to this other guy, or
You
just
don't know that,
creeping
but
up on him?
you can assume that he's close to him based on the way that Wudao was looking in.
So,
Fighting sense.
I have like such a hard time. We've been playing so much Baldur's Gate that I'm like, well, just because I can't I can't see where the guy is, so I couldn't cast. Like, even if I had a spell that had the range, I wouldn't be able to cast it in the right location.
The only exception to that are crazy spells that require no line of sight to target. I think a spell like Magic Missile is the only one I can think of off the top of my head where you can just like fling it and it'll hit. But I think that's
That
fairly
might still
unique.
say a target you can see. I mean, it says in the spell, if
Yeah.
it says a target you can see.
Magic Missile or Scorching Ray both require visual.
Yeah.
visual
Well,
Some of
so
them
I
say
was-
a location you could see. So, like,
Yeah.
So
if you could
here,
see in front of the corner and assume that it hit around, you could do that, right?
Yeah, even
Well,
Magic
so-
Missile requires sight.
what I was looking at is the spell Spike
Yeah.
Growth, and I'm looking at the description, and it just says, the ground in a 20-foot radius sphere, grows spikes and thorns, making
Yeah,
it
okay.
difficult terrain. But I don't like what I would have wanted to do is like cast it sort of so that he's on the edge of it. So if he tries to run away from Wudao, he would have to go through this difficult terrain or whatever. But like I
Okay.
said, if I can't see.
You can see which way Wudao is facing.
Oh, interesting. Hold on. This is very fascinating. It says any creature that can't see the area when the spell is. Oh, that's for the person who's like on it. Okay.
You get into the
Yeah, like as a hidden trap type of. That's kind of cool, actually. But yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't want to do it if I couldn't really see, because I wouldn't want to cast it like under Wudao. It would have to be something I would only cast if I had a proper location idea
So,
about where to cast
Make
it.
an intelligence check then to see if you can tell the location of the Dwagar.
Also, fun druid main knowledge here. You can't cast that spell and then grasping bind somebody into it and have the effects happen.
Because
Just throwing that out
concentration.
there.
Well, because it's not when they voluntarily move in. It's just when they move into it.
Yes, I can't. You can't
Be right
force
back.
them. The force move action doesn't count as them not knowing it's there.
Oh, I was even
Right.
So you
planning
can't
on.
like double up. Trust me, I
Mhm.
tried.
Well, I doubt that I'll be able to see because
It
I
was like,
rolled
oh,
a.
I'm gonna cast a spell, start the engagement with the grasping vine, drag them into it. It's like, doesn't
My
work.
intelligence roll was a 6. I don't think I
You didn't know it
understand
was there. You got pulled into
geography.
it. But...
Yeah, I'm just
I
like,
think you have a good idea where he is. If you want to give it a go.
Nope. Meta game,
Meta game. See you later.
Hey, I will be like,
Okay,
oh,
what do you want to
can
do?
I try this baguette? Is it like hardtack? Can I like try to rip a piece off of Calla's baguette and try to eat it?
Yeah, I mean, if Calla lets you, you can do that, and if not, you can
No,
try
I
and
do it without asking. I just go.
I elbow you in the face.
All right, slow
Can you
down.
reach my face?
All right, Karen, Tavern Keep Abuser,
Not
make a sleight of
Karen.
hand check
Ugh,
and
let
make
me
a
guess.
dexterity check, Calla.
Oh no! Can Sarah please? Oh, I got a nat 20! I got a nat 20! I didn't even recognize it because it was like a B symbol or something on the dice
There are bees
with a
everywhere
+2.
tonight. What's your sleight of hand, or what's your dexterity save, Calla?
It's
Dex save.
Sorry,
It
check.
is meat season.
15.
You, before you realize it, have lost
from
the
the
baguette.
baguette miss. No, not the
The
whole
whole
thing. I saw.
baguette? She said a piece of the baguette.
No, I ripped a piece. I'm not like
This
an
is the
asshole.
most
Take my
concerned
whole
you guys
baguette
have been
from me.
all night. Not the fight that's happening. How much of my baguette did she take?
Matthew, this is a fight. This is a domestic dispute.
This
Sounds
is
like
Okay.
D&D.
real bread, and you don't like it anyway.
Well, I've
Well,
never
at this
tried this
point,
kind of
It's
bread.
fairly
I
charred,
pull,
and it tastes not bad.
I
So
pull
just-
actual hardtack out and I offer you a trade.
She's eating
But I've
it. She's
already
taking a bite of
snatched
it.
it. I snatched
Yeah.
it. Do you want? Oh, I take and then I
What
take
a
the trade.
savage.
I give her back my bitten hardtack. I take my bitten bread and I'm like, this tastes like crap
I
because it's burnt.
consider this a win because I don't have as much hardtack on me, and that's how I like to live my life. So
Okay. Anything
How
else you want
far?
to do
How
for your
far
very
is
effective turn?
Dalaran?
He is currently 130 feet away from you.
I don't have any sense of how far that is, but as he's running, I want to scream, "Come back, Dalaran! They're all dead!"
Okay.
I don't know if it'll work.
Okay. No, that's a good thing to do. Kaydren, your turn.
I'm gonna saunter over toward Wudao.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold an action
Okay.
until the Duragar moves further away.
What action are you holding?
I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray.
Oh God. Okay.
Oh god.
Oh God, it's not that strong of a spell. Come on.
that's
It's
wrong.
only at its
Poor
normal
guy.
level. It's not like I'm adding anything to
Okay.
it. Pretty basic.
All right. Noted.
Just the visual of you casually strolling around the corner and just
Blap, 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 blap.
Well, I told the first two. Well, I told the first one.
That's
I
fair. You
looked
gave them
at
fair
them
warning.
with sad eyes, and because I really didn't want to fight these dudes, and they
So
didn't give a hint. So
speaking of that guy, he turns from you, Wudao, ducks away using disengage, and keeps running up the road.
okay, now I cast Scorching Ray.
Last scorching ray, roll to hit 3 times.
Yeah. So let's see. Melee range spell attack. Let's see. What is my melee spell? It's spell attack +7. Oof. This is not going to go well for you, friend. Apologies. All right.
Is this the casual spell that doesn't do too much damage? It's not too crazy. Is
I
it this
roll
one
3
that I'm...
attacks. The first attack is 12. Second attack is 10. Oh, third attack is
God.
like 6.
It's
How
another
are you
plus
also
three.
working?
Ranked
Wait.
competitive spellcasting right here.
Was that your 2 hit? Because you should roll to hit 3 times. Each ray gets a roll to hit.
Now it's just 3d20 with +7.
You rolled
Right.
really badly 3 times in a row then?
Yes.
Okay.
I rolled a
So-
4, a 2, and a 1
Ah.
+7.
Okay. So in that case, your distance and casual flick of the hand, the Dwagar's pretty low, and all 3 rays blast over the top past him. No hit.
Oh, he must feel so lucky right now.
That's what I figured would happen. But he also disengaged, so Wudao also has a attacker opportunity.
Nope,
No,
disengage
disengage,
stops that.
yeah.
Yeah. But he
Yeah.
doesn't have a dash, so he's only 30 feet
Yeah,
away.
but he's only 30 feet
Oh,
away.
it's
So,
over
That's
for
correct.
him.
so I'm going
Now,
to.
what would you like to do on your turn?
Gonna
There's
look like
this
a
terrified
episode of
look as
JoJo.
this orc is just like on top of him.
Yep. Sorry, friend. It's pain train time.
Is that what you say to him before you put him down? His last words is, it's pain train time.
But no,
Better than
but
the other guy who got
Choo-choo.
contractually obligated.
wait, but
I'm
can
sorry,
the last
this-
words include a sound effect where you? Oh, wait, did you say
Just
choo
pain
choo,
train.
Ryan?
I did, yeah.
This
Yeah,
train
okay,
has
that's
no
how this is
brakes.
like. The last word should be choo choo, and then
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's a 22 to hit.
That hits roll damage.
All right, 10 points of damage.
Good night,
Okay.
sweet prince.
Who does
The
actually
first
just making
first
train
punch
sounds like
outright kills the man.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because the second one might have actually missed, but okay.
It does miss as his body collapses lifelessly and you
Yeah.
slap over the top of him where he was standing.
Yeah.
what a serious
these
fight
fools
that
think
was.
they are.
It
So
was
very
so
unfortunate.
serious.
It's so
Alright.
serious. The serious of fights.
As we hit 10:30 in the evening and we end our session and our combat, Dalaran stops hearing the call that the enemies are dead. Wudao collects another soul for his contractually obligated fighting. Calla, Ratscratch, and Yasi enjoy their newfound spoils of war, which was randomly appearing food, and Kaydren mildly annoyed that he had to detour for a few seconds to beat up some of these Dwagar.
I just felt bad that we had to kill them. That's not so much the detour, it was just the sadness of the fact.
Completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
Whether there is a ramification to the sounds of battle, the thunder wave, or the beams of magic and light that were otherwise expended during this, we will have to see coming next week.
One of those Dwagar are in their version of Elysium, eternally confused as to what the fuck a baguette actually is, and another one,
It's a baguette.
and another
If you
one is
find
like,
yourself in a
choo
field with
choo.
sunshine on your face and baguette in your hand, do not worry, for you are already in Elysium.
Also, real quick while we're all in, bye internet. Thanks for watching. Yeah.